Friends, we welcome Shri Sachin Ramesh Tendulkar ji, who is not just a cricketer, but he is a member of parliament and he has been honored with Bharat Ratna. And now he is amongst us in the Team Swachh Bharat Collectors Conference. Sir, we are really very thankful to you for joining in this event. And I also acknowledge the presence of our Secretary, Ministry of Drinking Water and Supply, Dr. Parmeshwaran Iyer, our Additional Secretary, Ministry, and other officers from the Ministry, and from UNICEF, Ms. Suzanne Coates, Chief of the WASH, and Ms. Caroline, Chief Advocacy, and not the least, the real champions who are doing the work in the field, in the states, all the collectors and all the CEOs and CEOs of Jila Parishads, they are here with in this interaction. I'll not take much time. I'll request now our Honorable Secretary, Dr. Parmeshwaran Iyer, to give an overview of this event.
Thank you, Arun. Let me extend a very warm welcome to Mr. Sachin Tendulkar. As Arun mentioned, Bharat Ratna, and of course, a legend of legends. It's a phenomenal privilege to have you here with us today. Thank you very much for joining us. So, about 3 weeks ago, I had the privilege of calling on Mr. Tendulkar, and when I met him and told him a little bit about the activities which are going on, how our collectors are leading the charge on Swachh Bharat and incentivizing all these ordinary champions, he immediately agreed. He was very excited about the whole program. He had already been nominated by the Honorable Prime Minister as a Swachh Bharat ambassador. And he immediately said he would like to meet a select group of champion collectors to understand a little bit about what they're doing, how they're doing it, and to see how he could sort of talk to them and share some of his own experiences on the cricketing field and basically talk about leadership. So we were extremely excited about it. And we are also very grateful to UNICEF, which has been collaborating with Mr. Tendulkar on Team Swachh Bharat. So we did this together. And Mr. Tendulkar is just back from Rio. As you know, he was there encouraging the Indian Olympic team. So he's back to Mumbai, and then he was keen to do this as soon as possible. So we're extremely grateful to have you here today, sir. Let me just tell you a little bit about the Swachh Bharat program and where we are today. So look, India is the country with the largest number of open defecators in the world. We have about 550 million people who practice open defecation. And this is an important part of the Sustainable Development Goals to achieve total access to sanitation. So this is a major program. It's the Prime Minister's flagship program announced by him in October 2014. And the interesting thing is there is a sunset clause to the program where he's said that this program needs to be completed by 2nd October 2019, which is the 150th birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. So this is the first time in India that the Prime Minister has invested his political capital in a flagship program, and he's really leading the charge. And interestingly, the Prime Minister, I met him when we discussed the program, and one of the things, so he asked me, so what is the strategy? And I mentioned to him that we are following the very old, it's a little bit of a cliche, it's called PM, CM, DM. So it's the Prime Minister, Chief Minister, and the District Magistrate. And today you're going to meet, you're going to talk to 23, 24 collectors from about 20 states in India. All of them are champion collectors, and they will be talking to you a little bit about their experiences and sharing them. But this is the cutting edge level, which is the most important for this program, because there are about 650 districts in India. Today we only have about 17 which have become open defecation free, mainly due to the efforts of those collectors, those 17 collectors. And now we are trying to go from 17 to 650. So it depends almost entirely on the efforts of the collectors, and they mobilize local champions like you saw on the posters. And it's a team effort like Team Swachh Bharat. It's a team effort in the district. and we thought it would be a fantastic opportunity for them to directly interact with you. So currently, we have, as I said, we are about 52% coverage across India. There are about 76,000 villages across India which have become open defecation free. And as I said, 17 districts. So the plan is that by end of this financial year, by 31st March 2017, we're hoping that about 100 districts will become open defecation free. It's a very big jump from about 3-4 months ago to 100. But it's going to be mainly to the efforts of colleagues like this, young colleagues from the field. So, of course, they were all hugely excited to have an opportunity to meet you. And they're all waiting to talk about their stories. So I don't want to talk too much more. And I'm now going to hand over to Arun to take us to the next event.
Thank you, sir, for giving the overview of today's event and also the background, how this has materialized. And we once again thank Sachin-ji for joining in this event. Now I think we can straight away go to interaction with the collectors, and may I request a few of the collectors, maybe Shri Sarvesh Bhureji, would you like to share your experience as a collector and how you have been able to bring transformation in your...
Good afternoon, sirs. It is really a pleasure to meeting you. I have started working in Swachh Bharat Mission for almost 2 years, and it is like whenever we visit the field, we never talk about toilet construction, because this mission is not about construction. This mission is about behavioral change, a collective effort and a social mobilization. Once there is a behavior change, then the construction will follow automatically. So that is our strategy we are adopting in the field. We are focusing more and more about interpersonal communication. We are trying to identify ourselves. We are adjusting ourselves with them. So maybe staying with them, eating with them, walking with them, talking with them. This is all strategy we follow. We are focusing more on more door-to-door survey. We have created a team of more than 200 volunteers who go to the villages, talk with them. And with that, the results are amazing. Like even our society, though we have a society where we have a lot of unity, but also we have some interest groups. We have different numbers of leaders. We have religious leaders, we have spiritual leaders. We have caste-based leaders. So we have also involved them into this mission. We have, even there are kirtans, pravachans, where we ask them, to talk about Swachhata. And that really has an impact. Students are our real champions. In my district, we are, 1,38,000 students wrote letter to their parents for construction of a toilet. And that is very touchy moment for their parents. Because imagine an adolescent girl who is saying it is very shameful for her to go into the open. She is continuously getting, kind of feeling where someone is watching her. So that is very, very tricky moment, and that really touches the parents. And results are really amazing. After this event, almost 48,000 families started constructing their toilets. And within a 3 months period, our district is having one block, that is 96 panchayat, which are completely open defecation free. And the sanitation coverage of the district is increased by 25% in a period of 3 months. We have also, there are many festivals in Chhattisgarh. I'm basically from Chhattisgarh. There are many festivals in Chhattisgarh. So we have linked every festival with the Swachhata. Like it is like a Swachhata Diwali, Swachhata Holi, Swachhata Rakhi, where brother offer toilet for her sister. So that is really playing a role. We have also engaged women SHGs, self-help groups. There is a small group of 10 or 12 women. We have engaged them. Now they are they are into awareness. They are into a kind of motivation. Not only that, a kind of patriarchal society, they are also acting as a masons. So in our district, we have more than hundreds of women masons who actually do the construction. Once they are motivated, they start doing constructions. It is like what I perceived from my 2 years of experience. It is like you are a player, you are in a better position to judge. It is like a mind game to be win in next 3 years against a 100 years old practice of going into open for a defecation. And that the only answer to this is a counter counter ideology, and that ideology is a behavior change, and that will come once we have a community initiatives. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarvesh ji. So just for your information, Chhattisgarh has been doing really well in terms of the community processes. They have been involving the whole community as such and taking steps forward for construction of the toilets in the villages. And next, may I request Shanmukha Priya Mishra? Just mic.
Good afternoon to everybody. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to be with you. I'd like to give a glimpse of what is happening in Harda district of Madhya Pradesh. Harda district has been we started a operation Malyud. Malyud, as in Mal stands for open defecation, the Gandagi which is associated with open defecation as Mal, and Ladai against the Mal is Malyud. We started this operation Malyud in May 2014, and in August 2016, last week, we have declared the whole rural Harda as open defecation free district. As one of the early starters, as one of the early birds, Harda has the privilege of giving some household terms which SBM is using very commonly now, like Lota Jalao, which means after a village attains its ODF status, people celebrate it as a function. They take out rallies in form of Garv Yatra. They visit the places where they were earlier doing open defecation and take pride that now they are clean. They do the Garv Yatra, because while starting they did the walk of shame, where they visited the places of open defecation and got triggered that we should not do this for our village. So the process of triggering is followed by how Sarvesh explained the formation of Nigrani committees, where men, women and children stand in groups and then watch over who is coming for open defecation, stopping them, explaining them and preventing them from doing open defecation. And after the Nigrani committee has successfully made everybody stop open defecation practice in the village, then the village celebrates its achievement like a function, where then they do rallies of Garv Yatra, and then usually they carry a lota with water when they go to open defecation. So they burn all the lotas in that function, symbolizing that now there is no need for lotas because we have our own toilets. So that Lota Jalao, and the Nigrani committees which operate actually in the Gram Panchayat, they are the real champions who made all of us come here and stand in this position. So we needed to continuously engage them even after the Gram Panchayat becomes open defecation free. For that in Harda, we created competitions between Nigrani committees. So we organized small competitions, small sports events, and then gave them a name of ODF Olympics. Only the ODF villages were allowed to participate. Others were not allowed to participate. Maybe there was very good kabaddi teams in that village, but they were not allowed to participate because they had not attained the ODF status. फिर हम लोग जानबूझ के उसी ग्राम पंचायत में रखा जहाँ पे ओपन डिफिकेशन हो रहा था, ताकि the players don't win in their homeland. They can't participate also. So ऐसे किया था. Then to motivate the open defecation free villages, only competitions for the school kitchen sheds where Madhyan Bhojan was being done. For the cleanliness and beauty of that, we had a competition. Swachh Kitchen, Sundar Kitchen, only for open defecation free villages. So other villages might have very clean, more clean kitchen sheds, but they did not qualify to win because their villages were still open defecation. They were practicing open defecation. So this is like positively biasing, and even in my chamber and in our district collector's chamber, open defecation free village citizens, they did not have to give the parchi before entering our chamber. They can walk in free. So we positively bias the open defecation free citizens so that they take pride in their achievement, and then basically to give incentive to the villages to maintain the ODF status. And then we had Raddi Se Samriddhi, where waste articles had to be, using waste articles, products had to be made. Craft articles like used bangles, broken bangles, straw, all these plastics, X-ray sheets, all these were made into beautiful things, and then we had a sale for that. And instead of stuffing toys, soft toys with cotton, we stuffed it with shredded plastic, shredded and cleaned plastic, and then we double silai kar diya usme taki it won't come outside. So we had a new type of soft toys called Raddi Se Samriddhi soft toys, and that was also put on sale. We facilitated SHGs to self-help groups, ladies, we trained on them, and then we gave them the opportunity for a livelihood. So basically, sir, from your background, if to understand, then the triggering process which trigger the whole change of behavior change in a village is like a toss in a match. And then we have the administration, district administration, which trains the coaches and sets the pitch for the match. We can't play. The person who has to play are the villagers. And then we, from the villages, our coaches whom we trained, they create bowlers and fielders who know how to tackle with the batsmen, who create runs every day by doing open defecation. Our only goal is to stop them from taking runs. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Madam Shanmuga. Sir, even though it's a mind game and it's a mind game, and people are trying various tricks to win over and develop that triggering which is required. You know, suddenly a moment's message can bring a trigger, and people will go forward to build their own toilets, whether they get government's incentive or not, even though government has provided incentive of 12,000 for individual latrines, but many a times they do it on their own also. Next, I would request Mr. Amit Gupta. Is he here? Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. As Secretary Sir told that India is the biggest open defecator in the world. UP incidentally is the biggest open defecator state if we talk about the world also. We had to build around 25 million toilets. Until last year, we were building only 6 lakhs, and most of them were defunct because we were not using community approach and focusing on the building of toilet. Till the end of the year, it seems an impossible task, and nobody was able to think how we will able to achieve the open defecation free status till set deadline to October 2019. But there is an old saying, जिन खोजा तिन पाइयां गहरे पानी पैट, हाँ बोरी डूबंडरी रही किनारे बैठ. This applies particularly well for the UP administration. If we decide something, then if we go after something, then we are really able to do it. We are somewhere around the starting of this year, we decided to change the whole course of the campaign and adopt the CLTS approach, which is prevalent everywhere else also in the country. It was a very difficult task. This approach is about changing the mindset of people and generating leadership till the grassroots level, among the community, among the villagers. So it was a very difficult task on our hand. UP is the biggest state, we have 75 districts. Also the elections are coming they are very near. So very little time to start the campaign and build up the process before the election starts. But we started, and right from the top of the political leadership and administration till the village level, we started training people, and we were able to cover all the districts. Our leaders, they took the difficult task of changing 100 years of old practice of the open defecation. It is really difficult to work in this field. If we talk to our colleague, suppose we are sitting on dinner or something and we started talking about our work, they say, don't talk about that shit. please start discussing something else. Our people who are working in the village, daily they have to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning to do their work. Once or twice, people, they can go, but to expect somebody to do it daily, it is really difficult, and which the champions of this campaign, they are doing the very hard work. We have left no stone unthrown, as sir, you have heard all the collectors who are doing the work. All of them are adopting different tactics, and according to the challenges of the field, new things and new tactics emerge. We are trying to learn from everybody, and inter-district and inter-village learning also. So we are leaving no stone unturned, and right now we are doing really well. At the start of the year, we were thinking of that every district should have at least 1 or 2 villages as ODF with community approach. But now I am very happy to share with champion collectors like Chandrakala, who is sitting here. She is in Bijnor. And first time we are thinking of that our state will have many districts which will become ODF by this year end. And Bijnor might be the biggest district of the country, which will be ODF in the shortest possible of time. One important challenge we face while dealing with this community, doing this community approach, that definitely we want to change the behavior and want to shift the focus from toilet construction to the mindset, but still, since we are giving subsidy also, then most difficult part becomes to how to manage, how to balance both of the things, and progress also should not be affected. And those who need money, we should give money to them also. And how to change the mindset, it is really difficult and most challenging task before us to balance both things, which everybody is doing according to their methods and their devised strategies. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Gupta. Sir, you are aware of the challenges in UP, and if we do in UP, probably we would have won the battle to a great extent. And we have champion collectors also from UP present here. I think next we can go to Himachal Pradesh, which has really done very well in the past also, but now I think they can move to the next generation. That means they can make it totally state to be ODF free. So we have Mr. Sandeep Kadam from Mandi. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. I am Sandeep Kadam, District Magistrate, Mandi, Himachal Pradesh. Sir, our district has already been declared ODF, so we have moved ahead to ODF Plus. It's basically ODF Plus solid and liquid waste management, moving towards zero waste on road system. So dispose of waste wherever it is generated. So, sir, in this particular system, in this particular campaign, we have focused on 2 aspects. One is developing a system which is useful for this kind of collection of waste and disposal of it. And second is behavioral change. For this, we have focused on women groups. Our focus is women, that is Mahila Mandals and self-help groups. So in this particular movement, around 4,500 women groups are participating, meaning thereby around 60,000 to 70,000 women are working in this particular campaign. We call it as Mandi Vikas Abhiyan. It has 5 thrust areas, Swachhata Abhiyan being one of them, and the most important and most popular amongst women. Other are like participation in education, disaster management, Beti Bachao, etc. So this particular model is basically activity-based model, and we are going beyond lectures or explaining to them or telling them what are do's and don'ts. It started with the basic concept of devoting 2 hours per week to cleanliness activity. So we are trying to enforce this in our district. So all these 4,500 groups must undertake 1 activity per week related to Swachhata. So this began with this particular basic concept. And the major activities are cleaning in public places like cleaning roads, cleaning schools,